Rain hijacks your brain. Right now, if there's a storm outside, a switch older than the dinosaurs is powering you down, and you never gave it permission. The gray light drops. Your eyelids get heavy. You reach for another coffee and blame the cozy weather, the way everybody does. But cozy is a story you tell yourself after the fact. It's not the reason. By the end of this, you'll understand why a passing storm can reach into your skull and flip that switch, and why the part of you fighting to stay awake was never going to win. Here's the first strange thing. You don't run on willpower. You run on light. Every waking hour, your brain is drinking in photons and using them like a fuel gauge to decide whether it's day or night. And a thick storm cloud can steal up to 90% of the daylight that normally reaches you. 90%. In minutes, the world outside your window dims to something your brain reads as evening, even if the clock says it's 2 in the afternoon. But less light equals sleepy is only the surface. That's the version everyone half knows. The real trigger is something you can't see, can't switch off, and mostly don't even notice. Stay with me, because it's hiding in plain sight. Start with the chemical. Deep in the center of your brain sits a tiny gland shaped like a pine cone, the pineal gland. Ancient thinkers were so unnerved by it they called it the third eye, convinced it saw something the other two couldn't. They were closer to the truth than they knew. When light fades, this little gland starts pumping out melatonin, your body's chemical announcement that night is coming, time to stand down. It's not a suggestion, it's a tide rising in your blood. And it doesn't take a black sky to start it. Charles Czeisler, a sleep scientist at Harvard, spent years proving that even ordinary indoor dimness, the kind you'd swear was bright enough, is enough to shift your internal clock and start the slide toward sleep. Your body is far more sensitive to a drop in light than your conscious mind ever gives it credit for. So when a storm rolls in and mutes the whole sky, that tide of melatonin doesn't creep. It surges. Managing all of this is a cluster of cells behind your eyes called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, your master clock. Its entire job is to read the light coming through your eyes and keep your body synced to the sun. It's brilliant. But it's also gullible. It can't tell the difference between real dusk and a bank of clouds. So when rain smothers the light, your master clock doesn't think storm, it thinks sunset. And it starts getting you ready for bed, hours ahead of schedule. Now here's where it gets stranger, because the darkness is only one of 3 signals, and it might be the weakest one. Listen to rain. Really listen. Not a downpour, but that steady, even hiss against the window. That sound has a name, pink noise. It's a smooth, balanced blanket of frequencies with no sudden spikes, no sharp edges, nothing your brain has to flinch at. And researchers at Northwestern University found that this kind of sound doesn't just mask distractions. It actually deepens slow-wave sleep, the heaviest, most restorative stage, helping the brain slip down further and stay there longer. But ask the real question. Why would a mere sound make you feel safe enough to shut your body down? Because to the oldest part of your brain, silence is suspicious and chaos is danger. But a steady, unbroken rhythm means the world is calm. Nothing is sneaking up. Nothing has changed. That constant hush is an all-clear signal your ancestors trusted for millions of years, and you inherited every bit of it. The rain isn't lulling you, it's reassuring you, and it's not finished, because the air itself is changing. That earthy smell right after rain begins. That's petrichor, oils and minerals lifted off the ground. But the invisible part matters more. As the storm arrives, the barometric pressure, the literal weight of the atmosphere pressing on you, drops. That dip in pressure subtly lowers your alertness, softens your edges, pulls your energy down a notch. Your body registers the shift before your conscious mind even clocks the first raindrop. You feel off, or heavy, or dreamy, and you have no idea why. So stack it up. The light is gone. The sound says safe. The air itself has turned heavy and slow. 3 separate systems, all whispering the exact same word at the exact same time. Rest, rest, rest. And now the twist, the reason all 3 evolved to point the same direction. Go back. Not 100 years. Millions. To an ancestor with no roof, no walls, no fire she could count on. For her, rain wasn't an inconvenience. It was a verdict on the whole day. You couldn't hunt in it. You couldn't track prey through it. And here's the beautiful part. The predators were grounded too. The same storm that pinned you down, soaked, and blinded everything that wanted to eat you. Rain was, quite simply, the single safest window your species ever got to close its eyes. So your brain built a rule. When the storm comes, stop burning energy. Lie low. Sleep. That heaviness dragging on your eyelids right now isn't laziness, and it was never a flaw. It's a survival strategy 200 million years in the making, your body choosing the smartest possible moment to power down. Which brings us to the mirror. On a rainy Tuesday, you call yourself unproductive. You fight the fog, chug the caffeine, feel guilty for wanting to lie down. But you're not broken. You're obeying a brain built for a world without alarms, without deadlines, without roofs, doing exactly what it was designed to do, in a world that no longer needs it. That's also why a rainy nap feels bottomlessly deeper than a sunny one. You're sleeping in the exact conditions evolution spent an eternity perfecting. So here's the truth nobody tells you. You have never once fallen asleep to the rain. The rain reached into a 200 million-year-old brain, decided the sky was finally safe, and put you to sleep. You were never driving. Tell me, what else have you been taking credit for that your body decided without you?